Basically, corking is just applying some kind of sealant into lots of different gaps. You'll have a corking gun, a tube of flexible paintable sealant, and a corking tool. So the first thing we need to do is we need to open up our tube of sealant. These corking tools that you'll get in your kit, they come with a little razor blade just in there. That's a handy way to just pop the top of your tube of sealant off. What we're going to do is we're going to load it into our corking gun. So we're just going to pull this little lever so that we can draw our plunger all the way back, and then I'll pop the nozzle on. We're just going to load it into our corking gun, and then we can just push the plunger up until we get that bit of resistance. Now we're nice and loaded. So a couple of other things that you'll need that don't come in your kit to do some corking that I like to use is just some rags and then some soapy water in a spray bottle. And then this isn't essential, but I like to have a little tub to collect my sealant as I go. This is one that I've been using. I'm going to start off corking some skirting. This is a super common one. Most houses have some air leakage coming from the skirting. So I'm going to lay out a bead of sealant on the skirting here. So I'm just going to get the nozzle in that corner there. And then as I pull the trigger, I'm just going to pull the gun towards me. We don't want to cork and then push our nozzle into the cork. It'll be a mess. We always want to pull the nozzle away from the cork. And whenever I put my corking gun down, I like to have the nozzle over that so that if any drips out, it's dripping onto that, not on the floor. If you do get some on the floor, it's not a big deal. Just spray it with some soapy water and wipe it up. All right, so now I'm going to spray it with some soapy water. The reason that I do this is because the sealant doesn't like to stick to soapy surfaces. So by spraying it, what I've done is as I tool it off, it's not going to smear as much onto the other surfaces. So we just like to do that so we can keep our corking nice and neat. And I'm going to get my bucket. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this tip of the corking tool and I'm going to sit it in so that it's perpendicular to the skirting and the floor, and then pull that towards me like that. And then as it builds up on my tool, I just like to scrape it off into my bucket. You can use a rag to scrape it off, but when you're corking the skirting in a whole house, you get through a lot of rags. But that's basically the fundamentals. We want to do our bead, lightly spray it, tool it off, and that's it.